We're going to go now to Senator Cardin.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate it. I also appreciate the manner in which you conduct this hearing.
I'm very grateful for that, sir.
I'm glad that you're grateful. Let me also acknowledge what Senator Rounds indicated during his opening comments, that all 5 of our nominees have a career of public service, and you have dedicated yourselves to helping our country. And we know that is a family sacrifice, and we thank you and your families for your incredible service to our nation. And we're very pleased that you are willing to take on these incredibly important responsibilities. In one case, a new position. In other cases, some critically important countries, and the position at USAID. Mr. Schiffer, as I said earlier, as you were being eulogized by our chairman, because you're leaving us. That's the reason. Your service here was incredible. I thank you very much. I enjoyed all of our opportunities together, and you have some real challenges at USAID, and I want to talk a little bit about Burma, if I might. It's a tragic situation. The current government there and the human rights records are horrible. So how do we help the people who have been victimized by what has happened in Burma? How does the United States play a constructive role to try to get help out to the people that have been dislocated and abused as a result of Burmese government?
Senator Cardin, thank you for your kind comments, and let me also thank you for your leadership on Burma over the years. I share, as you know, your sense in the tragedy that's befallen that country since the coup in 2021, and the challenges that we have in Burma right now. I think it is absolutely vital that the United States stands with the people of Burma, and that we do all that we can, working with our partners in the region, our ASEAN partners, to assure that there is humanitarian access so that we can provide assistance to those who are in the country, as well as to provide assistance, whether it's shelter, nutritional assistance, food assistance, educational opportunities to those that have been displaced to camps either in Thailand or in Bangladesh. I think there is a deep moral obligation. And then secondly, I think we have a continued obligation to work with civil society actors who remain in Burma, who are trying valiantly to create additional space so that democracy and genuine ethnic and national reconciliation might once again get traction in that country, and to work with them to try to lead Burma back to a path of democracy and responsible governance. I have no illusions about how tough it is. I have no illusions about the challenges that we face with the military junta in Naypyidaw. But this is important work, and if confirmed, it's one of the issues I intend to throw myself into.
Thank you. Mrs. Tamlin, I want to talk a little bit about DRC. There's been obviously a challenge in the past. The government appears to want to make a commitment to fight corruption, and I'd be interested as to how we can assist in that regard. They also have an election coming up in 2023 that we would like to see how we can assist to make sure that's a free and fair election. So just tell me your strategies and commitment to the human rights agenda and the democracy agenda to assist in regards to what is necessary to fight corruption and to ensure that we have free and fair elections the best that we can in that country.
Thank you, Senator. Well, those would certainly be among my highest priorities if confirmed, because we know that human rights abuses and corruption actually eat away at any prospects for the DRC to emerge as a prosperous and stable country. So it's in their interests, and it also has to be the sine qua non of our partnership with them that they're making progress on that. Through the what we call the Privileged Partnership for Peace, Prosperity, and Protection of the Environment, which is kind of a portmanteau for a lot of activities that are undergoing, we have a strong human rights and democracy component. And we also, of course, are working to support the elections. I just mentioned a couple of things that we're doing. But let me note that after the last elections, we didn't fail to call out actors who had been engaged in corrupt practices and undermining the elections. And I think that stands out as quite the warning. And we certainly need to make sure that we keep those tools ready if we see the same kind of circumstances repeating themselves as far as corruption or bad actors that threaten the integrity of the elections. And similarly, on human rights and corruption, we need to hold the leaders accountable for that. And I think that's something that, if confirmed, would be part of my dialogue with the leaders of the country to make sure that they understand how it's not just a question of words, but actions in terms of addressing problems of corruption, whether it's in the military or in other parts of the government. Thank you.
I agree. You have our support here in the Senate to amplify those issues, particularly if we believe that attention is needed in order to get the right results. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We thank the stalwart senator from Maryland.